witness who was shot. Not one Republican came forward and said it was Bernie Sanders' fault because this was a supporter of his. And so when Democrats say that, and Fauci is a Democrat partisan, when he says it, he's trying to deflect. Because what I was asking you about is this. He says that he is science, and if you question him or oppose him, you're opposing science. This kind of arrogance also led him and Dr. Collins to say they would take a takedown of the three epidemiologists who started the Great Barrington Declaration. They're from Stanford, Oxford, and Harvard. They called them fringe. They orchestrated a takedown campaign, not the scientific journals on the merit or the lay media. And so he didn't want to answer my question, so he accuses me of fomenting violence. But it's a misdirection because he doesn't want to accept that basically he's
I got 10 plates. You want some?
And that everything he does every day is to further his political agenda, not the science.
Yeah, here.
You know, he's obviously under pressure. And I think that it has been politicized. There's sort of people who are
threw
Fauci and people who are against Fauci. But at one point you did say to him, you are the person who is more responsible for the deaths in this country than anyone else. Do you think that's fair?
Well, look at it this way. I believe that this virus originated from a lab that was engineered by the Chinese. We don't have 100% proof of that, but we have, I think the evidence leans 90-10. He funded the lab, he tried to obscure the idea that he was giving money to the lab, and then he steadfastly for 2 years said it wasn't gain of function. They weren't taking viruses that don't exist in nature, creating them, and creating viruses that are so dangerous that they could actually wipe out a portion of humanity. He continues to deny that. If this came from the lab, yes, he's culpable. So when you ask him to investigate it, he's not exactly disinterested. There's a conflict of interest because if it came from the lab, yes, he deserves some moral culpability. The virus ultimately came from Mother Nature, so Mother Nature deserves most of the blame. But if it also came out of a lab, then I think he has something to blame, and I think that's involved in this. He still deserves blame because he says he's still trying to try to, and he's not for any more regulations on gain of function. He just thinks it's jolly well and good to create policies. Charge in 2022, I promise you can get to the bottom of this. When we get to the bottom of this, we don't have this happen again.
I figured you were. I wonder. I wonder what you were doing.
Waved everyone off on the whole idea of even looking.
Take it, I got plenty.
And that does raise questions. I've raised those questions with both of them over the course of the last year. And I think it's very fair to ask why. Why did they wave everyone off of questions about the lab? And obviously, it's very critical whenever this topic is brought up. There is a statement of the American. Do you trust the CDC to give you accurate information about COVID? That number, trust has gone down by 3 points. Trust has gone up by 5 points. In the recent polling, and stuff with the listen to the hearing of Senator Paul and Dr. Paul. You know, I read these stories in the Wall Street Journal about studies from Denmark and studies from Ontario that show that the vaccinated might be more likely to contract Omicron. And there's another one today that says, you know, slow the spread, speeding it might be safer, suggesting, this is Dr. Ramaswamy, suggesting that if we work too hard to control Omicron, it might end up creating a super variant. And I feel like, you know, these questions that are being raised, I don't know if these things are accurate. They're reported in the Wall Street Journal. You know, I feel like we're behind the curve. We're having a conversation about last version of COVID rather than what's going on right now.
The thing is, Dr. Fauci doesn't want the debate. He wants to squelch debate because he is science. If you criticize him, you're criticizing science. So one of the big things in the committee hearing today was the lack of testing. Should we ask the question, who should be tested? Now, that question was finally asked. But that's coming from Fauci. Almost everything we've done has come from Fauci and Walensky and the powers that be. They want to test everybody. One kid in kindergarten gets it. It's a non-deadly disease. They test everybody in the class, and they send them home. Then they test all their relatives. We should test people who are sick and people who are vulnerable. Fauci denies that 100 million people in our country have immunity, so he thinks that we're under-vaccinated. The truth of the matter is, over age 65, 95% of people in a country voluntarily took the vaccine. It's an overwhelming success. There should be a debate. Should we let kids ultimately, you know, what happens in nature happens in nature when we protect the elderly? what's happening anyway, despite the vaccine. This is very transmissible. The vaccine's not stopping transmission. So should we subject all our kids to it? I think that's an honest question we should ask.
It is an interesting question, and I would direct people towards that Wall Street Journal editorial so they can read into what they think. Dr. Trump, thank you. Good to see you, Senator. As always, good to have you here. So as the United States sets new records
I'm on the bridge.
for COVID hospitalizations and new infections, there are a lot of questions about whether people in the hospital
Under
COVID,
somebody else is flying around too.
or with COVID. This is a big part of the conversation. President Biden in Georgia today, he's focusing on an issue that in polling 6% of Americans prioritize, and that's the voting rights issue. That's why he's there. Governor Chris Christie has his take on that coming up. And an exclusive with Georgia's Kelly Loeffler, who put up big money of her own to stop President Biden and Stacey Abrams. And she'll tell you why and what her plan is next.
Mr. President.
Yeah, I'm building right here. Just for the hell of it.
I just look at you. They customize your car insurance so you will pay for what you need. Yeah, by switching, you can even save $665.
Someone else get the turn.
Yeah, hang on, let's break on record. Yeah! Only pay what you need.
When was the last time you went through a drive-thru? Now, when was the last time you ordered fruits or vegetables from their menu? That's a problem you're facing every day. Unhealthy, processed foods are readily available at every street corner, but it's getting harder and harder to get whole, natural produce into our diets. That's why Balance of Nature exists. Balance of Nature is a special blend of fruits and vegetables chosen to provide the highest nutritional value possible. By taking just 3 fruit and 3 veggie capsules, you get the equivalent of all of the recommended servings of fruits and vegetables in just a few seconds. Get fruits and veggies in your diet today by calling 1-800-246-8751 or by going to balanceofnature.com.
In the circle.
And don't forget to get 35% off your
One person left.
boxes.
Did he kill him?
Those who've sacrificed for our great country. All active military and veterans of Fox Nation for free for an entire year. Get the shows that celebrate our country.